Have you ever felt like you're walking through life with an invisible antenna that picks up every subtle vibration of emotion around you, like you're carrying a secret decoder ring for human behavior that nobody else seems to have? You're not alone, and what you're experiencing might be more significant than you realize. Welcome to an in-depth exploration of one of the most fascinating and rare personality combinations, the INFJ Heyoka Empath. The cosmic dance of the INFJ Heyoka. Before we dive into the 8 profound wisdoms, let's understand what makes this combination so unique. An INFJ is already rare enough, making up less than 1% of the population. But when you add the Heyoka Empath characteristics to this mix, you're looking at something truly extraordinary. Imagine having the introspective depth of an INFJ combined with the mirror-like qualities of a Heyoka Empath. It's like being given special glasses that not only let you see beneath the surface of reality, but also reflect that truth back to others in ways that catalyze profound transformation. The term Heyoka comes from the Lakota tradition, referring to sacred clowns or contrarians who taught through opposite actions. When you combine this with the INFJ's natural intuitive abilities and deep emotional intelligence, you get a personality type that's uniquely equipped to facilitate healing and growth in others, often in the most unexpected ways. On the power of sacred mirrors, a deeper look. The mirroring ability of an INFJ Heyoka goes far beyond simple reflection. Think of them as those special mirrors you might find in a funhouse. Except instead of distorting physical appearances, they reflect emotional and spiritual truths. When an INFJ Heyoka enters a room, they don't just pick up on the surface emotions, they instinctively understand the underlying patterns and dynamics at play. For example, in a group setting where everyone is tiptoeing around an obvious but uncomfortable truth, the INFJ Heyoka might suddenly make a joke that perfectly highlights the elephant in the room. It's not just about being contrary, it's about using that contrary nature as a tool for awakening. They might respond to someone's anger with calm curiosity, or to someone's anxiety with playful absurdity, effectively showing others a different way to approach their emotions. This mirroring often happens on multiple levels simultaneously. While reflecting someone's current state, they're also showing them their potential future state. It's like they're holding up 2 mirrors at once, one showing here's where you are and another showing here's where you could be. 2. The dance of divine timing, expanded understanding. The INFJ Heyoka's sense of timing is something that deserves deeper exploration. This isn't just about knowing when to speak or stay silent, it's about an intuitive understanding of the cosmic rhythm of growth and transformation. They seem to operate on what could be called soul time rather than clock time. Consider how they might sit quietly through multiple group discussions, sensing that the moment isn't right for their input. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, they'll share an observation that completely shifts the group's perspective. This timing isn't random, it's based on a complex reading of emotional readiness, environmental factors, and what could be called spiritual alignments. In one-on-one interactions, this divine timing becomes even more apparent. They know exactly when someone needs to be challenged and when they need to be comforted. It's like they're reading from a script that no one else can see, yet their interventions feel perfectly natural and precisely timed. 3. The art of reverse teaching and depth analysis. The reverse teaching methodology of INFJ Heyokas is particularly fascinating when we examine it closely. Unlike traditional teachers who might offer direct guidance, INFJ Heyokas often teach through what appears to be confusion or chaos. They understand that sometimes the quickest way to a truth is through its opposite. They might help someone overcome perfectionism by deliberately making mistakes and showing how to handle them gracefully. Or they might teach confidence by openly sharing their own vulnerabilities. This reversed approach creates a safe space for others to explore their own shadows and limitations without feeling judged or pressured. What makes this teaching style so effective is its ability to bypass the ego's natural defenses. When we're directly told what to do or how to change, our defensive mechanisms often kick in. But when learning comes through observation, humor, and seemingly backwards logic, these defenses relax, allowing for deeper transformation. 4. The gift of emotional alchemy and in-depth exploration. The emotional alchemy practiced by INFJ Heyokas is perhaps one of their most remarkable abilities, deserving of careful examination. Imagine having the ability to walk into a room filled with tension so thick you could cut it with a knife, and within minutes, transforming that energy into something lighter, more manageable, and even productive. This isn't just about being positive, it's about understanding the complex chemistry of human emotions and knowing how to catalyze transformation. What makes this ability truly extraordinary is the way INFJ Heyokas process emotional energy. They don't just absorb negative emotions like some empaths, they actively transmute them. Think of them as emotional scientists working in an invisible laboratory. When they encounter heavy emotions like grief, anger, or fear, they don't just acknowledge these feelings, they work with them, understanding their composition, finding their purpose, and helping to transform them into something constructive. For instance, when encountering someone's intense anger, an INFJ Heyoka might first validate the emotion, then gradually help shift it into passionate motivation. They understand that emotions aren't good or bad, they're energy waiting to be redirected. This process often happens so naturally that others might not even realize they're being guided through an emotional transformation until they're already on the other side. 5. The balance of sacred opposites, a deeper understanding. The INFJ Heyoka's ability to embrace and embody opposing forces is like watching a master tightrope walker navigate between two worlds. These individuals don't just understand contradictions, they live them, breathe them, and use them as tools for growth and understanding. This isn't about being inconsistent, it's about recognizing that truth often lies in the tension between opposites. In practice, this wisdom manifests in fascinating ways. An INFJ Heyoka might be the most serious person in a professional meeting, while also being the one who breaks tension with perfectly timed humor. They can hold space for someone's deepest grief while simultaneously pointing out reasons for hope. It's like they're conducting an orchestra where the instruments are opposing life forces, creating harmony from what others might see as discord. This balance extends to their own internal world as well. They're often simultaneously ancient and childlike, wise and foolish, structured and spontaneous. Rather than seeing these as contradictions that need to be resolved, they understand them as complementary forces that create a fuller, richer experience of life. This understanding allows them to help others embrace their own contradictions and find peace in their complexity. 6. The flow of divine disruption, expanded analysis. The disruptive nature of INFJ Heyokas deserves special attention because it operates on multiple levels simultaneously. Unlike random chaos, their disruption is purposeful and precisely calibrated to create maximum awakening with minimum damage. Think of them as spiritual acupuncturists, knowing exactly where and how to apply pressure to release stagnant energy and promote healing. Their disruption often shows up in subtle ways that create ripple effects throughout systems and relationships. They might ask an innocent question that completely shifts the direction of a conversation, or share a personal story that challenges everyone's assumptions about a situation. The key is that their disruption always serves a higher purpose. It's never chaos for chaos's sake. What makes this ability particularly powerful is their intuitive understanding of systems and patterns. They can see where energy is stuck, where beliefs have become rigid, and where change is needed. Then, like skilled surgeons, they know exactly how to make the necessary incisions in the fabric of reality to allow for new growth and healing. 7. The depth of silent, knowing, comprehensive exploration. The silent knowing of INFJ Heyokas operates at a frequency that many find difficult to comprehend. This isn't just about being intuitive, it's about having access to a level of understanding that transcends ordinary perception. It's like they're reading from an invisible book of universal wisdom, accessing information that exists beyond the realm of words and logical explanation. This silent knowing manifests in their ability to understand situations and people without needing external information. They might know exactly what someone needs to hear without that person having said a word. They can sense the underlying dynamics in a group or relationship without being told about the history or context. It's as if they're tapped into a universal field of consciousness that contains all information. What's particularly fascinating about this wisdom is how it operates alongside their logical mind. INFJ Heyokas don't dismiss rational thinking in favor of intuition. Instead, they've learned to integrate both ways of knowing. This creates a powerful synthesis where intuitive insights are supported by logical understanding and logical conclusions are enhanced by intuitive wisdom. 8. The legacy of light working, a final deep dive. The light working aspect of INFJ Heyokas is perhaps their most profound contribution to the world, though it's often their most subtle. This isn't about wearing white robes or performing spiritual ceremonies, it's about the constant, moment-by-moment choice to bring more light into every situation they encounter. They're like walking lighthouses, not just illuminating the way for others, but helping them find their own inner light. This wisdom manifests in their ability to see the highest potential in every person and situation, even when that potential seems buried under layers of pain, fear, or negativity. They don't ignore the darkness, instead they understand how to work with it, how to find the seeds of light within it, and how to nurture those seeds into full bloom. Their light working often happens in small, seemingly insignificant moments, a kind word at exactly the right time, a gentle challenge that sparks someone's growth, or simply holding space for someone to discover their own truth. They understand that transformation doesn't always require grand gestures. Sometimes the smallest spark of light can illuminate the darkest corner.